Hey folks, James Gunn has revealed a ton of news about the DCU, and right off the bat, I'll tell you there's a lot of good stuff coming. He talked about Creature Commandos, Lanterns, Peacemaker Season 2, and on top of that, there's news about a possible Sergeant Rock movie for the DCU, along with a potential release date for the Superman trailer. So, there's a lot to cover, so stick with me in this video to catch it all. Welcome to Comic Chronicles. DC is coming in strong with its new shared universe, which is set to kick off next month with Creature Commandos. If you want to stay updated on everything happening in comics, movies, animations, and shows without missing a beat, you need to be our subscriber, hit that like button, and subscribe to our channel. Help me out here. The first piece of news comes from Deadline, which reports that a Sergeant Rock movie is in the works within the DCU. This was a rumor that Nexus Point mentioned a few months back, but it has gained momentum with this Deadline news, as both are major outlets in Hollywood. According to the info, Luca Guadagnino will direct the film, and Daniel Craig, our former 007, could be playing Sergeant Rock. But as of the time I'm releasing this video, there's no word on who the screenwriter is or what the story will entail, whether it'll be a World War II movie with a DC twist or if it'll feature elements of the DC universe, like some big threat that connects to future films or other superheroes. Plus, James Gunn, co-CEO of DC Studios, hasn't confirmed or denied this Deadline and Nexus Point report yet. Now, the question is a Sergeant Rock movie good for the DCU? In my opinion, yes, a Sergeant Rock movie is a good idea. It's not my dream project for theaters, but I believe it could turn out to be a decent film, especially since the names involved are solid. The only issue for me is that there isn't much information or even rumors about films featuring the other big DC characters. I agree that lesser-known characters deserve their spotlight in this universe, but we can't leave the major characters without any projects. We're going to have the Superman and Supergirl films, along with the Lanterns series, but so far, nothing about Flash, Wonder Woman, or even Batman, Brave and the Bold. However, regarding Sergeant Rock, since the reports haven't been denied, everything indicates this movie might happen, so we'll need to wait for more news to learn about the story and details. Moving on to the next piece of news, according to Collider, the Superman trailer is close to being released. The article suggests it might drop as early as December 2024, coinciding with the release of Disney's live-action Mufasa. It's expected that the Mufasa film will be a big success, as it's Disney's major release for the end of the year, so it makes sense for the trailer to come out then. Plus, it'll also mark the anniversary of the release of Richard Donner's Superman from '78. It would be awesome if, in honor of that, the trailer for the new Superman was released on the same day. In my opinion, that would be a great touch. Despite all this, the site emphasized that nothing is set in stone. I believe the trailer will drop in December. James Gunn has mentioned in previous interviews that the trailer is ready and won't take long for us to see the highly anticipated preview. Expectations for this trailer grow with each passing day. Are you also looking forward to it? Now, regarding James Gunn's statements, the co-CEO of DC Studios has done some interviews recently and also shared the following information on his social media. In an interview with IGN to promote Creature Commandos, James Gunn talked a bit about this new animation that will premiere on Max on December 5th, which will kickstart the DCU. Gunn was interviewed alongside Dean Lorey, the executive producer and showrunner. They discussed Creature Commandos, and among the topics, one interesting moment was when the interviewer asked if there would be a second season, and James responded that he would work with some of the characters from the animation on other DCU projects, like Rick Flag Sr., who was in this animation, and the actor Frank Grillo, who did the voice work for this character, will also reprise the role in Superman and the second season of Peacemaker. So, it's very likely that one or more characters could end up doing the same. I admit I want to see Clayface appear in the next Batman film. So far, there's been no sign of the Caped Crusader in the DCU, but the Creature Commandos trailer has already shown us Clayface, Rupert Thorne, and Dr. Phosphorus, all of whom are part of Batman's lore. As for Creature Commandos, I'll admit I'm not hyped for this animation, but I'll definitely watch it since it marks the beginning of the DCU. The quality of the animation looks great. Just from the trailer, we can see that the entire team involved did an excellent job. Still in this interview, James Gunn mentioned what we can expect from the beginning of the DCU. He stated that so far, we'll have Creature Commandos, Superman, Peacemaker, Lanterns, Supergirl, and on top of that, he hinted at about 4 more projects that people still don't know about. Is one of these projects the Sergeant Rock movie? It probably is, but James himself hasn't commented on it yet. However, he did mention that the DCU won't be retelling the origins of the major heroes everyone knows, like Batman and Superman. The DCU will be a shared universe similar to Star Wars, basically a universe where many things happen across different time periods. Additionally, during another moment in the interviewer brought up some comic book fans questioning the casting of Kyle Chandler as Hal Jordan in the Lanterns series. I even made a video explaining all about this casting and what the Lanterns series is all about. Just click the card on your screen to stay updated on the news about the series. In response to the interviewer's comment, James Gunn laughed and said the following. Wait a second, comic book fans had an opinion on casting? What are you talking about? The truth is that Chris, Tom, and Damon wrote an amazing series, like an incredible series. I'm so excited for people to see this. It's very grounded, very believable, very real. The kind of things that you'd never think that would be truth about a Green Lanterns television series. It's very human, adult, and wonderful. And the story they wrote fit a couple actors who were of these ages, and that's who you know they cast. Those were their choices. I totally backed them up. I loved them. He wouldn't trash talk a production from his own studio, but considering that he said he won't approve any DCU project if the script doesn't convince him, I'd say we can give him the benefit of the doubt and wait for the Lanterns series to see all the work. But we can't hide the fact that fans are quite apprehensive about this series, especially now that he's said it's very grounded and real. That's a bit tricky since Green Lantern is a character that leans more towards the fantastical instead of the realistic. Even the future Batman of the DCU, fans are hoping for something more fantastical that leans more into the comic book side, to differentiate from Matt Reeves' work in the Batman. So, the only thing we can hope for from the Lanterns series is that it's genuinely good. The Penguin did an amazing job bringing a very grounded storyline, but one thing is Penguin and another is Green Lantern. So, we just have to give this benefit of the doubt and wait for more news about the Lanterns series. Moving on to another topic James Gunn discussed, it's about Peacemaker Season 2. He was asked what would be considered canon in Peacemaker for the DCU, and Gunn straightforwardly responded that basically everything is canon, except for the Justice League, which will be explained in the second season. So we'll have to wait for that explanation in the series itself. I believe the show will explore alternative realities, hyper time, or something along those lines. Now, for more info from the DC Studios co-CEO himself. When Gunn was asked how DC Studios will handle rated R projects and whether there will be more productions in that category, he said he's open to ideas for rated R films. He doesn't see any issue as long as the stories are good. With that, I reinforce what I said about giving him the benefit of the doubt and seeing where it goes because his statements indicate that no project will be approved by DC Studios if the script isn't good. Recently, when talking about the DCU Batman, Gunn mentioned that so far, there hasn't been any planning for it. They need a solid script before anything else. Furthermore, once again, James Gunn stated that the Batman will not be part of the DCU. It's restricted to the universe created under Matt Reeves' vision. And to cap off the current news, the co-CEO of DC Studios confirmed on his social media that there are plans for Deathstroke in the DCU. Regarding that, there was a rumor a few months ago about a possible project involving Deathstroke and Bane. Is that really going to happen? In my opinion, Deathstroke would be the perfect villain for a Teen Titans movie. It makes a lot more sense to place him in such a project. Personally, I'd enjoy that more than a film featuring him with Bane or even as Batman's villain. The Arkham Origins game made most people see Slade as Batman's villain, but he's actually more of a villain for Nightwing and the Teen Titans. If you're excited for the upcoming Superman film and want to learn more about the character, then you need to check out the comic All-Star Superman, which is being used as a basis for this film. I'll leave the link in the description of this video so you can grab it at a good price. Now I want to hear from you, fellow DC fans. What news excited you the most? Is there a film not mentioned here that you're hoping to see one day in theaters? Drop your thoughts in the comments, tap on that sphere that popped up in the middle of your screen, and subscribe to our channel. Soon, there'll be a part 2 to this video with more updates on the DCU, and to not miss anything and stay informed as quickly as possible, you need to subscribe and hit that bell. These 2 videos on the screen complement the information about what's coming, involving Green Lantern and the possible Bane movie with Deathstroke. Check them out to stay in the loop with all the rumors and updates. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.